Well, hello, and welcome to the RSGPodcast episode 76.
Are we sure it's 76?
75.
77, I think.
Yeah.
79?
I'm pretty sure it's 30.
32?
Could be. I don't know.
It's 75. I just closed the project for 74.
Okay,
Oh.
75, alright.
Well, you are the guy who would know the most, probably.
Well, we hope, right? But, all right, well, tonight, actually today, or whenever you listen to this at your point in time, we're going to be discussing Deadpool.
Deadpool.
We all went to go see it yesterday, and yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We did all go to see it. And it was horrible, right?
This was the worst movie ever. Oh my gosh.
Everybody hated it. Everyone hated
crap.
it.
I mean, how much did it end up making, Connor?
Let's see here.
A bunch.
Oh, wow. It's 260 million.
It only cost like, what, 47 million to make?
58.
58
50 million to
in
make.
production, not
In production,
necessarily
not in advertising.
in total cost.
But I'm willing to bet they've blown that out of the water already.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like-
mean, their advertisement, though, like, they did a lot of internet-type advertising, too, which probably doesn't cost as much as, like, TV time and stuff like that.
They didn't have the 12 Days of Deadpool before Christmas, where
That's
they had,
true.
like, they released a different bit of Deadpool, like, detail or whatever,
Yeah.
over 12 days on 12 different websites. So that's just going to cost them money to
Yeah.
all those on different websites and stuff like that. So
I doubt they spent any more than, like, double what the actual movie costs. At the most.
right, probably not.
At the most is 150 million. At the most. But this is opening. 260 million on its opening weekend. That's
Pretty good.
pretty insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. And because as of yesterday when we checked, was it yesterday? No, Friday.
It was right after the movie. We
Yeah,
checked.
Friday night we checked, and it was 60 million. And so, come Saturday,
Yeah.
a lot more money. A lot more money.
So-
Just add 200 million onto that figure.
It'll be interesting to see come tomorrow, like, what the Sunday rating is, because, I mean, Valentine's Day, people are going to want to go see a good movie. And here you go. You got Zoolander 2 and this one are like...
It's practically a rom-com, so...
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Which
Well,
is true Reynolds fashion.
one of the interesting things about this is that, like, they had to pull teeth to get this movie made.
Yeah.
They had to pull teeth. And this is just proves to me that it's Fox, right? Yeah, Fox has no fucking clue what they're doing. None.
Well,
they are so out of touch with what people want. Like, they have no idea what they're doing because, like, everybody, I knew this movie was going to be big.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be
Yeah.
big. I knew it was going to be popular. And it's, like, blowing shit out of the water. It's doing really well.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue to do well. So,
It will continue.
yeah. Yeah. So, it just, like, because they, instead of, like, looking at what needs to be done to make a movie good and please the fans, they go, well, the other X-Men movie didn't do well. It was a flop. So this is not going to do well.
I don't think any of their movies have been flops.
The one with Deadpool is considered to be a flop. It made...
X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Yes.
Yeah. No. That movie was shit.
Yeah, it was terrible. But
Yeah.
that's my point.
But it wasn't shit because of Deadpool. Well, I mean,
No, it wasn't shit because of Deadpool.
it was
but
shit long before they introduced
but the
Deadpool.
studio doesn't get that.
Right.
And that's the problem. The studio
Yeah.
doesn't understand that, hey, it didn't do well because this movie was shit, and they fucked up Deadpool, they fucked up Wolverine, they fucked up Gambit. Like, they don't realize that. They just go, oh, well, that didn't do well, so this isn't going to do well.
And with all the different mutants that are in the Marvel Universe, why did they have to create one for that movie? Like, Will.i.am's character is not an actual mutant in this series. He's just... They just created him as, like, he's a teleporting dude.
In all of their X-Men movies, they've added, like, mutants that don't normally exist.
Like,
in the
why?
series.
I mean, do you know how... Like, there are literally thousands of mutants.
Like,
and
in X3, whatever, they had, like, the weird huggy guy or whatever, who, like, grew spikes out of his skin or whatever. Like,
true, yeah.
who didn't exist anywhere, really.
Yeah.
You know, they actually, I don't know, like, they could have had a whole bunch of people in there, but they just added a bunch of people instead. So,
Well, two reasons. Those people that we're talking about have all died.
Yeah.
So, reason number one is because, they want to be able to kill off characters without, like, permanently hurting what could be, future
Expand, yeah, that makes sense, I suppose.
Even though they're completely pointless characters in the first place.
They pick random people to be on the X teams in general.
Yeah.
Like Days of Future Past, you had like Bishop and like Blink, who were forming tied different eras, and then like Warpath,
Warpath was super
from
random.
like the early 80s or whatever, like late 80s.
Early 90s, late 80s, yeah.
Yeah, he was around like in the late 80s and like then was quickly taken out because he was sort of racist. So they stopped putting him in at all.
I think they killed him.
Yeah, they killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then but like they just random and just randomly throwing people together. Shadowcat, who like wasn't concurrent with any of the other people on the team pretty much. So,
but the one thing Days of Future Past did do well is when they were doing the fight scenes where they're fighting all that, like all the mutants were using their powers in conjunction with each other.
Right.
So, like that was actually really cool to see that. That was like the first time they'd ever been like, oh, why don't we, instead of having these guys all run solo with their combat, do what the comics did.
Yeah, that's one of the things that finally made Days of Future Past pretty good in reality.
Yeah.
Was those scenes were good.
Yeah, Days of Future Past was not terrible.
And it gives me some hope for Apocalypse.
You should not have.
Regardless of how awful Apocalypse looks.
It looks really bad, dude.
But
It looks. The acting looks terrible. Everything about that looks freaking terrible. Except for McAvoy, who I have a serious man crush on.
See, I don't like McAvoy that much. I
like McAvoy as an actor. Really?
Yeah, not so much. Just
oh man,
just sort of meh.
I think he's amazing.
He's finally getting the Xavier hair,
Yeah.
which is
He
no
looks
hair.
good as Xavier too.
Yeah.
I think. But I don't know. I was pretty mediocre towards McAvoy until I saw Filth.
Filth is really good.
And after Filth, I was like, okay, he's actually really
Good.
talented. Yeah.
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 So.
But back to Deadpool.
Yeah, let's actually discuss the movie.
So if you haven't seen this movie yet and you're listening to this before going and see the movie, highly recommend you still listen to this and just accept that we're going to spoil the movie for you. Because that's how we do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
So let's go with individual opinions first. Why don't you go first, Ryan?
I mean, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun movie, right? No real issues with it whatsoever. I'm not familiar enough with Deadpool's character to know whether or not they kept him true to form. I'm assuming they did because of how much everybody liked him. But at the same time, like, I mean, if I only knew Deadpool from this movie, which is kind of what it is, amazing. So.
Okay, so we got an opinion from someone who did not know about Deadpool previously.
I knew of him. I didn't know anything about him.
Right, but you didn't know anything about him. And then we got Roby, who is not a fan of Deadpool.
I'm not really a fan of Deadpool. And
the character, not the movie.
And not knowing much about Deadpool doesn't really matter that much because every time somebody else writes a new Deadpool series or Deadpool finds a way into somebody else, they change him a little bit. Like, because his superpower is basically ultra regeneration. Like, even more than Wolverine regenerates. Right? Like, even faster, better than he does. But sometimes he has super strength, sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he has super agility, sometimes he doesn't, whatever. It changes up. So, because somebody like to excuse his super strength by saying that, like, his muscles tear and automatically regrow and then exert more power, and so that's why he's able to have super strength.
So the
because
longer
of his
he fights, is the stronger he gets. He's basically Goku. Is that what you're saying?
But I really enjoyed the movie. I think they did. I think they hit the important parts of Deadpool. Like they had a lot of '90s nostalgia, which I'm always a fan of, being a child of the '90s. So I enjoyed all of that. And I think they did a good job with Wade Wilson, the character, before he became Deadpool too.
Yeah.
And setting up his relationship with the various people who he relates with in the Marvel universe.
Bob?
That's actually one of the more important parts of this movie that made it, I think, really good. Because, Deadpool is little more than a mask in the comic books. And he's rarely deeper than what he is. He's just a funny guy who breaks the fourth wall in the comic books. And that's about it. So in this movie, they did a truly amazing job of like humanizing Deadpool, giving him an alter persona that was still very much Deadpool, but also very human and had very human like emotions and feelings, and it was really, really well crafted.
Well, and one thing they also did in the movie is bring in like the ultra straight man, good guy Colossus.
Yeah.
To be for Deadpool to play off of
His foil.
You know what I mean? For Deadpool to be like the opposite of. So to make like this is normal people in the world, and then Deadpool's like crazy and insane. You know, and I think without Ultra Good Guy Colossus, it wouldn't have been as good.
Ultra Good Guy Colossus. He really was. Breakfast is most important meal of day.
Colossus, I'm really glad that he was in the movie as much as he was as well, because he was in there a lot.
Yeah.
And it worked out really well. His character was the perfect like straight man in reality, you know, to a comedic point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you know, you felt that it was entirely appropriate.
Right.
You know, it was entirely appropriate. And the Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yep. I was so glad
also
that she
in
was there.
She was fantastic as well. I'm not. It was kind of a weird interplay between the three of them, because like you normally have like the crazy dude and then the foil in Colossus, but she was like kind of a balancing factor between the two of them.
Yeah.
You got me in a box.
Yeah. As far as the writing goes in the movie, the writing was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. And because it was so crazy and there's a lot of fourth wall breaking and a lot of just pure comedy in it, there were never any points where I would have maybe watched one of these movies and said, okay, that I have to suspend my belief too much here, and I no longer like this is. But there was never that point.
Yeah.
There was almost one point.
Where was your almost one point?
When they're in the dock ship or whatever, and or in, wherever the ship was, I'm not sure.
They're in a shipyard. Or
And then they're falling off of the ship, and he puts Marina Baccarin's character inside that little
into the glass cage.
The glass cage, and it somehow like protects her after she falls off the ship, which is like, you know, really high in the air. So that was a little silly. But you know what? Whatever.
It makes sense because like the hyperbaric chamber is made to withstand like lots and lots of pressure. So in a way, it makes sense.
But he had already busted it though when he threw his sword.
Yeah, that's it. Like if he hadn't thrown his sword through it already and weakened the casing, it would have been more believable. But again, it didn't. It was everything about this was crazy.
Better than nothing.
Yeah,
so.
Everything about this was crazy. Like, it was over the top, and it was supposed to be. Really, what I was most impressed about was the story that exists outside of his costume. Yeah, it was just so well done.
Yeah,
it's basically a rom-com.
It really is. It really is.
It's basically like an R-rated rom-com with Deadpool in it.
Yep, and Marina Baccarin's character was also hilarious.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, she had a very quick topless shot. But like she was hilarious. She was like the perfect match for Wade Wilson, and you know, you really got that sense that like the one serious part in the movie is when he is being told about his cancer, and he looks over to her when she's talking to the doctor, and he's getting all teary-eyed. Man, I was like, you're right in the feels.
Yep.
This movie. That's how you know it's well crafted, when you can take a movie that is as ridiculous and over the top as this one and still like tug on your heartstrings.
Well, and I think that's what a lot of comic movies are missing though, is that like, because when you read the comic books, a lot of times you do have those feels. They do have that like that emotional attachment to them, and that most comic movies you just don't get that sort of thing all the time.
Yeah,
you know, it's one of the things I'm looking forward to in Civil War, hopefully.
Yeah,
because the like
Civil War is going to be full of interpersonal drama. Oh my goodness.
Right. And I'm hoping that they manage to do the emotional moments as well in Civil War as they did here in Deadpool.
Well, I mean, even in the previews, it has one part that is really powerful where he's like, he's my friend. He's like, so was I.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Tony, wow. I feel bad for you, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hurts.
Ow. Yeah. I mean, you feel bad for Tony Stark. They've done something right.
Yeah.
They've done something right. So,
Oh man.
There's a lot of, I mean, like even the opening credits, like the scene that you open up with, it's just like a still image of the fight going on while the SUV's flipping over, and
Right.
like the way that they just announce who's what, it's like a hot chick, you know, God's perfect idiot, you know, some
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah. Produced by some assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the opening credits to the ending credits, the entire movie was full of funny.
Even
Yeah.
like even at the very end, the stinger was just hilarious.
Oh, the
You
stinger
guys
was
are
great.
still here? Go home.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna have Cable in the next one.
Yeah.
So
Man, who would you cast for Cable?
That's a really difficult question. But maybe, oh gosh.
Because you got to get somebody. Cause,
Oh, I got it. But I can't, I'm trying
Ed
to think of his-
McMahon. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it.
John Cena.
you're right. Because you got to have somebody who's a straight man.
The same dude who played,
Cable's the straightest man.
what's his face in Sin City? I can't remember the actor's name now.
What character did he
The
play?
guy who plays Marv?
Yeah.
Sin City?
That was Mickey Rourke, wasn't
Yeah.
I would cast Mickey Rourke as Cable.
You know, I would not disagree with that.
Yeah.
It's a
I would
good
actually,
cast.
Yeah.
If that came about, I would not be unhappy.
Yeah, that's a good cast.
Cable would be like Mickey Rourke's Cable would be a very good cast.
Yeah, yeah.
it?
Wait.
The only issue they may run into. Oh, this is a different universe, though. It's not even related to the Iron Man world, so
No.
he can't be like, oh, you can't. Well, I mean, scratch that though. They had like Human Torch become Captain America, so they could totally
Yeah,
do it.
because they're two different people or whatever. Yeah. Same guy played Human Torch in the original Fantastic Four, played Captain
Oh, that
America.
would be
Yeah.
awesome, especially if he was like big, like Murder. I mean, they could make him big in the show. But I mean,
Cable's a big dude.
Cable's
Yeah.
a big dude.
Yeah.
Cable's a big dude. I think Mickey Rourke, and Mickey Rourke's a good actor.
Yeah, he could be the straight man, like
Yeah.
the straight. Because Cable's a bitter, old, like, angry dude.
Well, I mean, you're gonna be when your dad is fucking Cyclops.
yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be happy.
Your dad who abandoned you is Cyclops.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you abandoned me, then I find out you're also just a lame ass.
Right.
So angry. But,
Yeah.
I
Mickey Rourke would be a really good cast.
think so. I think so.
You know? Like, who else would you get to play Cable?
I can't think of anyone else that I like as much as Mickey Rourke, but I think there's a couple others who could probably do it, right?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No. God damn it.
Get out of here, man.
Max from Mad Max.
You're forbidden to give.
Oh,
good words
you think?
suggestions.
Max from Mad Max. I can't remember his name.
Shit.
Help me.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Tom Hardy might not be bad.
I think he could also do Cable if you're looking for a slightly younger look, you know, which you can go either way with Cable.
I'm always familiar with him being like
Tom Cruise to play Cable.
Cable to me was always like kind of gray-haired and older. Like,
He always was.
He was.
That's because he always was. Yeah.
But Hardy can do it. Like,
oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Rourke would be better though.
I think so.
I think Mickey Rourke is a great cast.
Yeah. Mickey Rourke would
So I
be-
could see him playing like kind of like Marv from, even
Yeah.
like Marv from Sin City, essentially. You know, like Marv from Sin City was always like, oh, I always thought he's a little bit slow. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
not the smartest tool in the shed,
But I never
but
felt.
effective at his job.
Yeah, I never felt like he was slow because, like, that was one of my favorite parts about Marv from Sin City was that I don't think he was slow because he was stupid. He was just slow because he was overwhelmingly strong,
Right.
and that's how he got through a lot of his life.
Right. Because when you have a hammer, every problem's like a nail. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, he never had to learn things or whatever. He just powered through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but can you imagine? Here's a question, $1 million question. Can you imagine Mickey Rourke jumping up in the air and screaming "Hyper Viper Beam"?
Yeah, sure can.
Hyper Viper Beam.
Hyper Viper Bee! Hyper Viper Bee! Just repeatedly over and over again for 4 minutes.
God, I hope not. I would be so done with that movie so quick. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah, no, he would never do that.
oh man.
Oh man, Cable carrying around like huge ass laser guns and shit.
Who was cast as Domino?
Yeah, because there's also talk of an X-Force movie in general, so who would you want to see on the X-Force team?
Domino has
I
to.
mean, you got to have Deadpool, Cable, Domino.
Yeah.
And after that, you sort of got some leeway?
I would
in an
like to
X-Force
see.
team, right?
I would like to see Cannonball.
I would love to see a good Cannonball.
Yeah. See, after that, there's just so many There's so many options.
You want to do Shitty Star?
Yeah, Shatterstar. I would like to see a good Shatterstar.
Yeah, could they do a good Shatterstar though?
They would have to change him.
Because
but yes.
Shatterstar was just like super emo all the time and ridiculous. I thought.
I'm pretty sure there's enough actors in Hollywood they could cast for that.
Shatterstar played by Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. Oh, God,
Comes in the first thing he says,
Adam
I hear
Driver,
Shatterstar. I hear Shatterstar is shredded.
But yeah. What about Psylocke was a lot on those teams.
Sometimes, yeah.
But
Already got her cast too, so
yeah, she's already sort of cast by Olivia Munn. Which, by the way, I'm like, I like Olivia Munn. All right, I like.
So
Olivia
like what you're about to say is like you don't like Olivia.
No, I do like Olivia Munn. I just don't like her Psylocke.
thank
All right.
you.
And she looks cool in the one shot. Don't get me wrong. In the one shot, she's cutting a car in half. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But this is gonna sound so PC, perhaps, maybe overly so. But like, Psylocke was Asian. She wasn't
Technically, Psylocke was British.
okay. The original Psylocke was British.
And then she got her mind switched with an Asian assassin.
A hand assassin, specifically.
Yes. From Japan.
Who was super Asian.
Who was very Asian.
Not half Filipina. So,
Fair point. Fair point. I accept your criticism of a poor casting for Psylocke.
Yeah.
On that ground.
so it's a bit whitewashing, is all I'm saying.
Vindication.
That's fair.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I have a complaint about the Stormcast. No, well, I shouldn't say that. I have a complaint about the Stormcast.
Okay.
Because Storm, in the comics was straight out of Africa.
Yeah.
She was
from Africa.
From Africa, and she was dark-skinned.
Yeah.
And this actress is light-skinned. Now, I should have a problem with this considering how I just bitched about Olivia Munn. Right? But I read an article about a guy who was like, hey, she should be dark. She should be real dark because she was out of Africa. She was always real dark in the comics. And I was like, that's not a valid complaint. Olivia Munn needs to be Asian. She needs to be more Asian to play Psylocke. But, I kind of get that as well. But at the same time, I'm like, see, it's kind of funny to me because then you take white people bitching about Samuel L. Jackson being
Nick Fury,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then suddenly those guys are racist because they're low key racist or whatever. I'll be honest, I bitched about it in the beginning too.
Yeah.
I've since changed my mind because Samuel L. Jackson has hit that shit out of the park.
Yeah.
He's done an amazing job.
I just want my Nick Fury to have a cigar at all times.
Yeah.
Okay? Because Nick Fury is never without his fucking cigar in the comic books.
Yeah, he's in the danger
It doesn't
room.
matter. He's in
dodging lasers.
Right.
Cigar in his mouth.
Cigar in his mouth. He's in the shower. Cigar in his mouth. It doesn't matter. Nick, he does never not have a fucking cigar. Okay? He always has like a half-smoked lit stogie
Has he ever-
in his mouth at all times.
In any of the movies that we've seen Nick Fury, has he had a cigar?
No.
I think he did in the original teaser for the first Iron Man.
The end of the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah.
I think he had one then,
Okay.
but has not had one since then.
But
Because he doesn't do smoking in their movies.
yeah, but the I was a little upset at first, but I've since changed my mind because it's an actor thing. I've learned it's not.
Right.
It's not about color, obviously. It's really like if the actor's.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you saying it's not about color? Like, let's be real.
Because you just said it was about
It's
color with Olivia Munn. You did just say it was about color with Olivia Munn.
I did. I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm being an absolute hypocrite here. But here's the thing. Because I'm a minority complaining about a minority character not being cast correctly, and other people who are minorities complaining about minority characters not being cast correctly, it is no longer racist somehow. Like, I can say this, and you can be like, that's not fair. I'm like, fucking racist. Right. And I'll say, like, okay, I'm sorry. I take it back.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm allowed to, because my people aren't being represented properly.
That's fair. That's fair.
At the same time, though, who else would you cast?
As a Psylocke?
Right. Like, the only other bankable Asian... She's not even bankable.
What about whoever they cast as Jubilee?
Oh, she's
Is
Asian.
Jubilee also Asian?
She's very Asian, too.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because Psylocke in the comic books looked Asian. Jubilee in the comic books...
Looked white. Could have been either.
Could have been either.
She could have been either.
Yeah.
Right.
Could have been either. But,
Yeah.
this Jubilee is very Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, like... See, that's why I gotta look for somebody. Like, but they don't... Because you don't need to bank on a... I think, especially in an ensemble cast like an X-Men, you don't need to have a bankable name as Psylocke.
You don't.
You don't, because you have bankable names already
Yeah.
in your ensemble cast. You don't need a bankable name in Psylocke. You don't need to go out and get Olivia Munn, who has bankable nerd cred in for Psylocke. You get somebody who looks the
She's got
part.
that kind of cred.
Dude, she made her name in the nerd culture.
I know.
Right.
G4 TV and everything else.
Mainly by being the hot chick in the nerd culture.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that's where she made her name. So
Yeah.
More power. I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
but
So I don't know if there is a current actress who I would say her definitely should play Psylocke.
The only
I'm
other-
trying to think of even other Asian actresses that I've seen in things. Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu's the only other one. She's a little older.
I think
now.
she could have pulled it off though.
A little bit of makeup, maybe.
Lucy Liu. I mean, seeing her in Elementary, she
But
doesn't.
see, but if you got Lucy Liu to play Psylocke, whenever I saw Psylocke, I'd be like, oh look, it's Lucy Liu playing Psylocke.
Yeah.
Well, that Lucy Liu, I don't think has the correct physicality necessary.
Agreed.
For the part of
Yeah.
Psylocke. And Lucy Liu is small.
Yeah.
She is small. I mean, body casting wise, Olivia Munn's probably the best choice there is. As far as like an actress with a name, even though I wouldn't call her bankable per se. I wouldn't even call Lucy Liu bankable, really. But they're the biggest names out there. I think they might have been better off just going with
With an unknown.
an unknown.
Yeah.
There's plenty
Yeah.
of,
Who'd they get to play?
younger martial arts styles or stunt doubles or something out there that are able to do that kind of role. So
Yeah.
Yeah, what about the chick that played in the Suicide Squad movie? They have the...
Oh, she was also in Arrow.
Yeah.
oh yeah, the witch or whatever.
No, the
The samurai chick or whatever. She has the
whose
samurai
name I can't
katana,
honestly remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's not Enchantress. It's the other one.
She's also really small.
Yeah.
Like, I think part of the reason why they got Olivia Munn to do it more than anything is because Olivia Munn has like the closest dimensions body wise, and she's like a decently known nerd actress.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
What about someone like Natalie Portman as Domino?
Natalie Portman will only be in the movie if she gets to pick the director. That's why she wasn't in like some of the other, like I think the first Avengers or something like that. Like she wanted she wanted to have this one lady be the director for him, and they kind of entertained it for a little bit, and then they didn't do it, and that's what I heard.
Wait, who? What were they casting her as?
She was Thor.
She was going to be Thor's
yeah.
girlfriend.
So she was going to be
She's
with,
Thor's girlfriend or whatever. So
yeah, and she was with Eric.
Okay. When you say
Yeah.
in Avengers, okay.
Yeah.
She would be with Eric, the scientist. So
Yeah, but
Oh, that's
she
the reason
wasn't.
why she did that in the
right,
actual
'cause they,
Avengers movie.
Yeah, they went out and like they made a point to make it say about how she was safe someplace else or whatever. She's like,
Yeah.
she's here, whatever, doing something that she's safe.
'cause she
But
didn't
not
know.
in this movie.
How they even got her back for Thor 2, I don't know. But
She probably had a signed contract originally for at least Thor and Thor 2. So
yeah, I mean she could probably do it, but getting past her is going to be the hard part.
What do you think about? This is never gonna happen because she's very busy. But you know who I would like to have seen as Domino? Someone like Daisy Ridley. I think Daisy Ridley would be pretty awesome.
is Domino?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I mean, here's the thing. I'm casting that like solely off of again, like physical build and just obviously she has the ability to do very physical like scenes and stuff.
Right.
Her actual acting potential, she's very good as
Ray.
As Ray.
Right, but can she be?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how good
And-
her range is.
What's the chances that they have already cast Domino?
It's going to be Keira Knightley.
Well, I mean, what are the chances they take like Marina Baccarin and make her Domino?
Marina Baccarin. She could be Domino. Oh,
Yeah,
that would be sweet, actually.
I mean, I guess they could tie it into Deadpool or whatever in one way or another. I don't know the history. Like, I don't know that much about X-Force. So I don't know. Is there
Domino
history?
was also a merc.
Yeah.
Right, but what is her relation to Deadpool? I mean, because if you're going to have those two in there, people are going to know her
They had
as
a
the wife. to
romantic
Deadpool.
thing going on for a while in the comic books.
Yeah, and her and Cable had a romantic thing going on for a while in the comic books too. But
Slut. No, I'm just kidding.
how dare she?
Slut shaming.
You cannot be with anybody else except Deadpool.
I mean, I think Marina Baccarin could do it, but whether or not they can put her in as Domino now, it would be really weird, I think. Who else would be a good Domino? That's an excellent question, really.
I don't know.
These are the things we want to know.
The chick who played Angel Dust, Gina Carano,
Fantastic.
fucking was killing it in that movie.
She was awesome. Well, she had, like... she had very few actual lines,
Yeah,
but she had such a great presence.
yes.
Oh, good
She
guy
didn't-
Colossus. Oh,
Right.
your boobs out.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're
And
so
she's like, I think
sweet.
it's the sweetest thing, and then she just nuts him.
Yeah.
Just pow.
Punches him right in the nuts and sends him flying. Yeah. Like the fight between her and Colossus in the final scene or whatever was really good.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, she was about to take him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some. Yeah.
I thought we were about to watch the end of Colossus, like, but no, he's got adamantium skin.
Well, she was just cutting off his airwaves.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then sweet Negasonic Teenage Warhead saved him.
yeah, by taking out everything. But hey, that's cool.
Man, when you're a Negasonic Teenage Warhead, that's what you do.
And her powers were cool.
Yeah.
I like. It was not what I thought it was gonna be, and that was part of the reason why I liked it. Because it was just, I don't know, it was a really neat power.
Yeah. She basically just had exploding powers. She could just like explode shit.
Yeah.
It was cool too when she hit that one chick when she hit Angel or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh no! Finish your tweet. It's cool.
There were so many, like, that's the thing about Deadpool. There were so many fantastic lines and
What in the
sight
ass?
gags.
I'm cool.
There's one of the running themes throughout the movie was the bad guy whose name was Francis, who was very upset when Wade Wilson figured out what his name
What
was.
his name
Yeah.
was. Yes.
Because Francis is, as you can imagine, not a tough guy name.
Right.
Ajax.
Would ask him throughout the movie, what's my name? Every time he thought he had Deadpool over a rope, he would,
Yeah.
what's my name?
What's my name? Yeah.
Yeah, because he wants him to call him Ajax. And Deadpool's like, I'll fucking spell it out for you. And then he kills all the guys and then spells out Francis with their dead bodies.
Their bodies.
Oh, right after meeting
Yeah.
Bob again.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey.
Yeah. No, Bob's in that pile too, but he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just knocks Bob out.
Yeah. Yeah, you can expect Bob in the next movie.
Oh yeah.
That's
Max
awesome.
Hydra Bob.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but they did. Like I said, they pretty much brought in like all of the additional Deadpool characters you need.
Mm-hmm.
Weasel was around.
Yeah.
And T.J. Miller as Weasel was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was fucking killing it.
You
In
are
that
hard
role.
to look at.
Your face looks like Freddy Krueger face fucked that topical graph of Utah. Topographical map of Utah.
I think my favorite one was like, you like an older, like an avocado fucked an older avocado, but not lovingly.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, fuck.
Like there was something wrong in the relationship.
This is the only catharsis they can find.
What was the other one? Like when they were all at the house and the old blind lady was there. He's like, "So you want to get fucked up?" He's like hitting on the old blind lady.
Oh man. Like that relationship was really interesting and awesome as well.
Yeah.
Because she seemed to take a lot of abuse, from him, but at the same time, it was like one of these things where like she was like sort of like helped him keep his sanity almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and, they
gonna be
both
really
gave each
big.
other a lot of abuse because that's how
Oh,
they
yeah.
that's how they relate to each other.
Yeah.
You know. And the same thing with him and like Marina Baccarin's character or whatever. That's how they relate to each other. So.
There's so many good. Like, just watch the movie. It's very funny. Like from the very beginning to the very end, it's a hilarious flick.
Yeah.
Like really well written lines, and like they even make fun of the fourth wall breaking, which was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Fourth wall breaking inside the fourth wall? 16 walls.
That's like 16 walls. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was just so good. one of my favorite like lines that Deadpool has with the old woman, whose name I can't remember now.
Al. Blind Al.
Was that he's going to fight the bad guys at the end. He's like, I just want you to know that there's 160 kilos of coke somewhere in the apartment, right next to the cure for blindness.
Yeah, it's like if I don't make it back, I want you to know. Somewhere in the apartment, there's 160 kilos of coke.
And the lead up to that was earlier in the movie. She said, "Man, I miss cocaine."
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's blind, so
Yeah.
it's a great. It's,
Yeah.
And then he had all those guns. He packed every gun in the house, left them in the cab. Which I thought was hilarious that the cabbie actually had his romantic rival in the trunk.
in the trunk. Oh, that whole he's like, yeah, you need to take him out of the trunk, kill him.
Right. Kill him. Yeah.
Just go watch the movie. It is good. There's a lot of like comedy bits that we can talk about that would not make nearly as much sense unless you saw the movie. And
Right.
It's
Watch the movie, experience them as they're supposed to be experienced.
It's worth it. It's extremely faithful to Deadpool, but at the same time, it actually deepens the character in a believable and awesome way. You know.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We could go on, but I think at this point it's
we're
probably
good.
Yeah. Check us out at rsgpodcast.com. You'll be able to find this episode as well as a few other episodes up there. We also have some, Roby's been doing reports on the Oscar bait movies, the nominations.
Yeah, all the Best Picture noms.
Yeah. How many do you have up right now?
3 right now. I'm getting ready to put Brooklyn up tomorrow.
Brooklyn, disappointment. But, wait. Was it Brooklyn? No, I'm thinking Bridge. Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of Spies. Yeah, Bridge of Spies is already up.
Okay. So check it out. Leave a comment. Also on YouTube, you'll find this here. Like and subscribe. Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully next week we'll get started on some more other videos too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to start. We've been talking and teasing about Let's Plays and stuff like that. We have one called Pulsar that we're all going to want to start playing here soon.
Yeah.
I finally got my computer up and running to where it's stable and awesome. So now I'm able to bring stuff on. I'm also going to be doing some Let's Plays of Minecraft and 7 Days to Die and stuff like that I'll put up. But those will probably be like a couple a week. So
Right.
depending on life, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see you guys later.